And Thursday nights, all 8 founders will be returning for Campaign 4, which will still be nerdy-ass voice actors playing Dungeons & Dragons.
Guys, I'm just gonna say it. It is going to be Daggerheart. You know, I'm a little flabbergasted that some people are still holding on to this idea that it's gonna be D&D. It isn't. I don't know. Let's say I'll donate $100 to the Critical Role Foundation if I'm wrong. That wasn't me, was it? I didn't say that, did I? It is actually so painful to watch that footage back. I was so sure. Did I learn nothing from the mages of Aeor? Hubris will be my downfall. So today I woke up at 6:23 a.m. to my phone going absolutely wild with notifications. The first being from my sister, who doesn't even watch the show, because of course Critical Role dropped their huge announcement video for Campaign 4 saying that they are using D&D 2024 and not Daggerheart. Wow. It's been like, I don't know, maybe an hour since I watched the video, because obviously I saw all the notifications come in and I was, quickly reading through and I got the gist of what the announcement was, but I had to take my kid to school and everything. So I've only really just sat down to watch it and I still feel like I'm in shock. I feel like I'm still processing, but I don't know. I can't lie. My initial reaction to this is kind of disappointment, and not just because I was so wrong and like very loudly wrong, but because I was really excited to see them break away from D&D, which is a great game. Like, don't get me wrong. I love D&D. I have so many books. Oh, well, they're out of frame, but I have so many D&D books on my shelf. I'm still playing in D&D games, like 2 games, but it's a game that's had a monopoly on the TTRPG actual play space basically forever. And any YouTuber will tell you that generally if you make a video about a topic and you put D&D in the title, you're always going to get more views than if you put a different game title or you put TTRPG. And I really believed that Critical Role was large enough and had enough of a dedicated fan base to break free from that and really introduce a new system to like a wide audience in their main campaign. And honestly, it kind of says to me that they don't really have faith in their own game for that, because either they don't want to play it as much as they want to play D&D, or they don't think that their audience will be strong enough to handle the change. I've seen some people say, well, Brennan has mostly DM'd D&D, so like that's probably why they've done it. But I also don't think that's the case. Like, Brennan is a professional game master. He's GM'd lots of different games, and this is his job. He can take the time to learn how to play a new system. I totally get that the game has only been live for 3 months. It's relatively new to us, but they've been testing and developing it for a lot longer than that. And like, what better boost for it than to have their flagship show play it? I was also just really excited about seeing like new mechanics at play, seeing Brennan's interpretation of the system, and seeing campaign frames and setting guides like come out of his world of Ahriman. I know we're still getting Daggerheart content. I know that like Matt's going to be DMing some miniseries. There's going to be campaign frames and such like that. But yeah, I was excited to see it in that more long-term, long-form game. Like, here's how it's, going to play out. And it only goes to level 10 right now, but I was like, well, maybe they'll just take their time getting there, or maybe there'll be a level 10 plus expansion of the game, But at the end of the day, I can have as many opinions about it as I like, but I was wrong, and I happily admit that. Now, while I might be disappointed about the game system, let's talk about the format, because that is something I can get very excited about. Campaign 4 is going to use a West Marches style game, which is a style where you have a larger than normal adventuring party and they play in smaller groups in the same world. So you might have one party over here battling a giant snake, while another is in a completely different part of the map staging an orgy in a basement. It was initially developed, or at least like shared publicly, I believe, by Ben Robbins, who ran a game set in his own world, the West Marches, and it was up to the players to sort of schedule sessions based on their interest. He says in his blog that the players initiate all adventures and it's their job to schedule games and organize an adventuring party. Now, obviously for Critical Role, they will be working off of a production schedule, so it's not going to be as loose as that. But it's really exciting to hear that we will be getting the founding members of Critical Role still at the table, along with some new faces, or actually not new, because all of them have sat at the table before. We have, of course, Abria Iyengar, GM for Exandria Unlimited and Candela Obscura, as well as playing Deanna in Campaign 3, Luis Carrazzo, who was Xerxes in EXU Calamity, and Marion in Candela Obscura, Robbie Damond, who we of course know and love as Dorian from EXU. I know some people are so excited, including myself, that he is he is joining the table permanently. He's also played multiple characters in one-shots and miniseries. We've got Alex Ward, who played Crocus in EXU Divergence and who has also been in a bunch of one-shots and miniseries. And the newest face of the table is Whitney Moore, who was in the Avowed one-shot earlier this year. She's also hosted a couple of their panels. I actually haven't watched that one-shot, so I'm really looking forward to learning more about her and her playstyle. It will be really interesting to see how they mix and match these characters and what this new format means for how Critical Role will be watched by its audience, like, going forward. Brendan said in the announcement video that the group will be split into 3 parties.
We landed with 3 tables. Soldiers, Seekers, Schemers. The Soldiers table were the players that were interested in a traditionally charged combat and conflict-driven story mode, where the non-violent answers were few and far between. We have the Seekers, which are essentially people that tied directly into lore, cosmology, magic, big questions around problems facing this universe. And then the Schemers table, which is very much set in intrigue, espionage, skullduggery.
So does this mean we're only going to be checking in with each party every few weeks? I'm going to guess yes. Does it mean that people will only watch the episodes of the parties they like the most? Yeah, I don't know. It's all kind of unknown at the moment, but I am genuinely really excited for this format, even if I am disappointed in the choice of game system. I have a feeling that things are going to get really difficult to keep track of with 13 party members, 3 groups doing all different things. But fear not, because I will of course be breaking down every episode of Campaign 4, so if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed. I'm so excited to be jumping into this series together at the very beginning, because when I made my first Campaign 3 video, like, I was actually making other content. I had no idea how the channel would grow the way that it has and that it would become my main focus. So it's just going to be really amazing to go into Campaign 4 with all of you, like, with that knowledge from the beginning, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. If you would like somewhere to chat in the meantime about this announcement, you can jump into my Discord. I just made a channel for Campaign 4 and it is already buzzing with excitement. I'm sure Critical Role is gonna give us more Campaign 4 teasers until the show premieres, so please stay tuned for more videos about Ahriman, but right now, I have to go find a tasty hat to eat. Alright, bye! Oh my god, I'm such a loser!